I would like to welcome you to Economics 576, Macroeconomic Policy. This is a required class for your MBA program. It's required because the subject of economics is important for people practicing business. In this class, we will teach you some skills, how to analyze, how to think about problems logically, and how to understand what's going on in the world around you economically as well as in international affairs. We won't spend a lot of time on international affairs, but the topics do apply. Every business person needs to understand the economic environment. I spent many years preparing strategic plans for businesses. I never prepared one that didn't have as the very first page a discussion about the economic environment, what kind of environment we're expected to operate in. My history, my name is Richard Parsons. I will be the instructor for this course. My PhD is in economics. My history is largely in business, where I did analysis and planning and finance for M&M Mars and Mars Incorporated. I have been teaching now about 8 years, and I really enjoy it. I especially enjoy economics. I think economics is fun. When I retired from Mars, I could have done anything I wanted. I could have gone to the Caribbean, could have sat on a porch in a rocking chair. Instead, I decided to go get my PhD in economics and teach because it is an interesting subject. I will hope you will find it enjoyable as well. This class is divided into several sections. The first is simply basic skills, how to use supply and demand, a production possibility curve, and how to think about economic problems and trade-off. The second section talks about what is macroeconomics, how do we measure it, what are the key measures we use, and how do we evaluate our macroeconomy. The third section talks about Keynesian theory, which is one major approach, but it is the basis for most of our government actions that you see as the government tries to manage the economy today. So you need to understand that theory. And then the next two sections are the heart of the course. The course is titled Public Policy. So we will talk about a section on fiscal policy and then a section on monetary policy. Those are the two ways that the government tries to manage the economy. And we'll end with a very short little introduction to international economics, simply because it's important to be aware of that, and we want to make sure we don't skip it. This is a self-learning course. It's an online course. You will need to be motivated and do most of the work yourself. The requirements for the course are a quiz for every chapter. These quizzes are learning activities, not assessments. And because of that, I've structured the quiz so you can take it twice. Allow yourself time to take the quiz and then go back and study the ones you missed and take it again. As such, I expect everyone to do very well on the quizzes. Easy points to get your grade going. We will have 6 projects. These projects are either thinking projects or doing a graph or doing some analysis. These are done on your own. Then we also have 2 very short papers. These are not research papers. Again, they're thinking papers. I ask you on the subject of fiscal policy and monetary policy to go find a Wall Street Journal article about that subject and discuss it. You will do these papers as a group of 3 students. You'll pick your group early on, even though that's not till the end of the class that we'll actually do that. And it's good to have a group so you have people you can maybe bounce off ideas with as you're preparing some of the earlier sections. If there's something you don't understand, sometimes people like to talk to students instead of just the professor. Okay, so how to proceed? What we'll do is the first thing you need to understand is you'll introduce yourself on the discussion board. You'll pick your team members for the papers that we'll do later in the course. I want you to be aware that you will need to have the book and read the book. That's the foundation for your learning in this course. Like I said, I've organized the course in these 6 sections. The due date is for the section, so you have a lot of flexibility within that time if you want to get the section done fast or do it slow or do one part of it each week. It's up to you. But within each section, you will need to read the chapters, review the PowerPoints, watch the supplemental videos I've given you, do the projects and the quizzes associated with that section. Oh, and one other thing you need to do, go ahead and ask questions. I love questions. I put my cell phone in the syllabus so you can reach out to me and we can talk when you have problems. Occasionally, students find that economics is just a way of thinking they're not used to. If this happens to you, then let's talk about things and make sure you feel comfortable with some explanations and some examples I can offer instead. Before each test, there's 3 tests in this class. Before each test, I will hold a group phone call that's optional, that we can all call in and talk about things if you want. However, unless I have 3 or 4 students who want to participate in that, I will cancel these calls. I have found often in the past that students are not really particularly interested in participating in these open phone calls. I want to offer them some. If someone wants those, we're going to have them. But unless I have 3 or 4 students who want to, it's just a one-on-one conversation anyway, and you can call me up whenever you want. I like this class. I think most of the students enjoy it as well. I hope you will. Please let me know if you have any questions as we go forward.